Hey guys, it's Talking Crunch with another game at Total War 3 Kingdoms. We are here, the year is 199, Liu Biao he's a smiling guy. Things are coming up Millhouse for him. And so broad overview, we've got our lands here. We've taken out the Sun family here. And the problem with these armies is that I don't want to make the Emperor mad at me by fighting too many people. Now on this front, we've taken a beachhead here, and we're just going to move in and hopefully take some of this land and maybe get... Well, not Liu Jun. Maybe Liu... I feel like... Alright, so we just need to check and see who would be a good vassal to target, right? You know, seek cooperation, so... Okay, I was like, never mind. It's negative 40. I'm like, negative 9, we can do that. Alright, so... Liu is mad at us for... whatever, but if we can just get like this land here and trade it to him, then he won't care. And can we get some... Yeah, we'll get military access. In return for some money from... This is gonna make... Okay, so Tongji is the one of our friends who likes this least. But this will be really good. Get his attitude going positive, and then, you know, also making him lose a little bit of money, and we might be able to pull him in to the fold. And if Tongji, if like one of your vassals doesn't like one other one, as long as you're not giving too much to one or the other, you know, this guy's got plenty to be grateful for right now. So... I would like to just make peace here, but... He would want me to pay him $1,000 for 10... So that's just not worth doing, right? Because the only reason we're not fighting him is because we're worried about losing a bit of imperial favor. We can push him back in here because, I mean, like, we're managing the favor okay. And if we go down to 50 or whatever, you know, we do need to get another army up pretty soon, probably. Our supplies are dwindling here in the winter. I worry for this army so far from home. But normally you can get, like, some supplies from your vassals' lands, but in winter, you know, it's worse. It recommends that I decrease the difficulty. I mean, we'll keep it on normal, right? I feel okay. Uh-huh. We don't want to confederate this guy, right? Because confederation of this dude isn't really, yeah. That's not really our concern. We can't afford to get more lands, right? We are limited.
平定天下。快去！
We're gonna go here, because if we can provoke them to attack us, which I don't know if they will, they actually have a good amount of Jian sword guards, right? Which match up very well against infantry, but not well against cavalry, so with our, you know, our few cav, we should be alright there, you know. It'll be an interesting little thing, but hopefully we can get them to attack us. If not, then we'll besiege them and then just, like, wait them out, because I think, since it's spring, right, we should have... Yeah, we've got, you know, enough military supplies, but let's see what we can do here. All right. Did I recruit anybody recently that we want to get a retrain on besides them? I don't think so. So we will get this guy. His idea is a good idea. I don't feel like that's so important. We will take... Alright, so it's principally commerce and peasantry, with industry falling behind that. So I feel like both of these are not worth grabbing, right? Because... yeah. And, you know, why not make him have a better personality? Oh, you say it's like determinative that it will work? Never lost my... Okay, cool then. Well, in that case, we will take the commerce focus, because that's the one that we're... You know, that's who we are. And then... Yes, this is the place that we want to besiege. Glorious. So we'll drop their supplies down, and then we'll siege it. And we'll just, like, do, like, a little siege thing rather than attack, because I think maybe that'll help us not lose favor. And what we're wanting to do now is just get across this river. Will marching help us get into the river? No, it won't. It's okay. We were already basically healed up. So the hope is that... Well, he's trending towards plus 76, so, you know, we might... Because if we just give him, like, some of these armors that, you know... Some of these followers... And then, you know, because this would be a very desirable pickup. So we're at 6 point... Oh, yeah, he's already making me payments because of the military access thing. We can make a one-time lump sum of... I mean, that's probably worth it, right? Because we're going to make like 1,000 a turn for getting it anyway. And these ancillaries aren't worth too much, and the food is food. Yeah, I feel like push it through. Because what if he gets stronger, you know? Because what if his armies are just beat up right now, and then... Because I feel like he's not usually amenable to this, right? And it'll make Tongji a little mad, but he'll still be in the positives, and all the other people that it'll make mad are not really affiliated with me. Autonomy's in there. Yes, yes. Boom.
甚善。
And we'll mediate some peace. And this, of course, you know, makes everybody like us better and makes us, like, very reliable.
如你所愿。
With Wuhan, mediate peace with some looters. Well, you know, it's necessary to get everybody under our umbrella. But because we didn't confederate that faction, we get a huge governance boost. I think it was like 20 for 5 turns. Which really it was just because I couldn't afford to absorb that much land, but you know. Alright, yeah, and Liu Biao is right here. Wonderful. And, you know, that's super great, you know, because, you know, more stuff on this side of the river, A++. Yun Anyong gets to level 4, my girl. We gotta spin that army up pretty soon, right? Wow! No, you ain't lying. But the taxation went way up too, so I think that's the combination of both of those things happening. Yeah, before fact, because the taxation went up, the tributaries, I think it was like 1.8 or 2 from him though. But yeah, awesome. Great. So we're just gonna try to send some spies to these guys, because you know if they put them into armies or whatever, then we'll be able to make them leave without losing imperial favor, and you know we can try to bust them up. Yes. Yeah, it's a lot of money, isn't it? You know, obviously some of it will end with time, but not all of it. And, oh yeah, there we go. So here we get 2 Jing recruitment hubs, so we're going to get cheaper for those Jingzhou noble guards, which I think on a red hero, right? With mighty knockback, I think these guys are going to be bonkers. Because they have 50% missile resist as well. So these guys are sponges. 80 speed. But I guess that's probably because they're in his retinue. But yeah, super good stuff. I think, yeah, we need, well, we gotta finish this up, and then we'll consider what we're doing in other places. Yeah, glorious day. I knew you had it in you, Huangzu, my man. He did it. He did it. My heart, right? Like, nothing but respect for our boy here, right? He did a regular bandit queen. Wandering in the wilderness for years and years. Well, you know, Jing. But... Alright, so another... Yeah, I'm like, upgrading is the order of the day, right? That is absolutely what we gotta do. Okay, up here we can get this Jingzhou recruitment hub, so we can get those cool units up here whenever we go to get something very good. Oh, we can get it here as well. Alright, so I guess it's certain levels of the buildings because the farms also give you access to them. All right, yeah, well, awesome. I really like the yellow cav that you get there, and I think the two blade masters, that there's room for one of them in any army too. Every minor one over 3. Oh, okay, and then of course, if you get a ton of them, then you get quite cheap upkeep all its own. Oh, but these are, because this is the Jing recruitment hub, and then so like if you go to a different place, they'll have like culturally different things. Got it. Oh, how cool. Love it. All right, so what we want to do here is realize that our assignments are lagging. That's what we want to realize. We still have huge public order. I feel like we can just take the population growth here. Lose a little public order. Yeah, the big permanent buffs from the Emperor and stuff are over, so we just have very good public order. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Need to make sure that we've got the appropriate commerce boosting stuff here, because this place is going to be our money maker, but it looks like, of course, we already have that going on. Alright, yeah, no point in any of those. Alright, good deal. Another governance there. I love having enough money to buy stuff in a game like this. Since Liu Biao was historic conquest, and said, yeah. Yep. Indeed, you know, we're all part of the distant clan, and some of us are too proud to work for other people, even though they should. Liu Chong. Be my friend, Liu Chong. It's all I want. But he's too proud. He says it's unreasonable. Never mind that he's literally been in this farmland. But, you know, I mean, he's a prince. How's he gonna... You know, he has the dream of a vast vassal empire. That's his dream. Liu Dai is Liu Yao's brother. Okay. Liu Jun, he doesn't want to work for me at all. He also has a dream of a distant empire of vassals. But if he keeps messing around on the favor, we might just get the opportunity to pop him anyway, right? A lot of people are messing around on the favor, not Li Shua, though. Emperor loves him. But of course, our vassal is an enemy of the Han here. Like, good job, Tongji. But maybe he's going to get wiped out. We can't really save him. He went down here to fight Panlin, and I guess lost that fight. But, you know, it just depends on whether or not this garrison will hold on. Intimidation and governance are the only resources to give the favor. Ah, well, isn't that fun? Because if he moves here, then... Oh, you know. You can marry my son. Oh, you don't want you? Oh, you too good for the poet? No, we'll come back to that. Because obviously we can't give him like the tea house. You make 1,200 from this place alone. Like you make more here than anywhere. But someone kindly leveled it all the way up to level 5 for me. So. he can show the flag. Alright, 14 assignments. Got him rolling. I'm so proud of me. Look at me. Getting money, spending money. Positive 12k is crazy. Plenty of food, you know, just gotta make sure that nothing bad happens. Think how much more we get the adequate. Indeed. Why won't she just appear? Does she think I'm gonna take her axes? I'll let her. I will let her keep her axes. Come on. Come on. Come on, my girl. Show up next turn. I promise. I'm not just gonna take your cool gold weapons like I do to other people. I like you too much for that. That would have been a great pull. She ended up Prime Minister or someone's wife? Probably Prime Minister. Unless she, like, had a really good working relationship with somebody. What? An army has attacked an ally to the Emperor? You want me specifically to go and fight this guy? Well, I guess I will. I only hope I can get there before everybody else gets there. Oh, dude. He took this land too? Dude, Liu, yeah, looking good, my man. Looking good. Oh yeah, we're not going to be able to besiege this because Shi-Chi is going to come in here. But we don't have to have war. We don't have to have war. And in fact, we don't particularly want to be at war with her. Unlucky damsel. Dude, do you want to marry... We're gonna take the Bonnie Blades woman. We could take the heir. She's 46. A younger wife. Better... Oh, she's like, no, you can't have my sister! Fair enough. I mean, he is a poet. Alright, well, we're just gonna squeeze some money out of it, and then she'll go home, which is what I want. Like, I don't want to be at war with everybody. I'm like, I didn't even check cooperation, did I? You know, let's talk. I'll marry this guy to you. Oh, they don't want that either. They're like, look. Autonomy is worth very little. Yeah, I don't think pushing it through here is desirable, just because I think they're kind of on the back foot anyway. But let's try to peace out with some people, right? Not you, Xingjian. You know what you did. Yeah, we'll just get a couple grand out of it. Oh, it's because of Tongji, who will like this even less. But look, I don't want to be in another war, buddy. And you're an enemy of the Han, and anyway, I think you're about to die, so...
那就快点吧。
Alright, so that's dealt with, and we don't have to worry about her incursion into our lands. Is she at war with anybody? Oh, well, Dosi, so that's alright. Because she's allied with the Zhongs and Liu Jun. We will have to worry about Liu Jun, but not too much, because we have an army that's right next to him right now. And as long as the Emperor still... Because we're still, yeah, 76, that's totally fine. And getting chunks of governance, right? For not having usurped this land. It would have been not that valuable, and I think we would have actually lost a ton of governance for it. Dongtuna at 29. Of course, everybody would hate if we took a vassal from the Nanmen, but that doesn't mean... Well, he is underdog, though. Yep, one step closer to triumph, right? And then we make a one-time payment. Of a reasonable amount. Okay, yeah, wow, okay, so the only one who hates this is Shimoka, who already isn't too happy to be here. And if he wants to start walking out of the mountains, well, that'll be alarming. But, you know, he'll probably get over it. Because none of the other people in the world even care about me getting a Nanman vassal. Good for them, right? Is Shimoka gonna, hey, mediate peace? Well, good for us. Wonderful. And another big old chunk. Now tributary is on the top. I'm like, if she showed up here, I would have been like, ah! She didn't, but you know. Oh, he's like actually good at being an admiral. 5 replan. Nice. Well, of course, we do have Sun Quan now. Sun Shun, probably. But, oh, well, you know, he has income from tributaries. But, I mean, you can hardly make the 16-year-old the prime minister. I mean, you could. Yep, yep. They changed all of them, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I know, like, 15 movement range, because his dad has 25, right? But then the income bonus from tributaries, that's excellent, you know, in conjunction with the other stuff, which is totally fine, you know. Not that the income from fairly estates helps you that much. But, you know. a lot of it is better than none, as we know from playing Liu Bei. And we've got all these Sun nobles, and they'll grow up to be, you know, loyal nobles of the Liu Biao court. Sunren, my girl, we're going to give you so many horses. You're going to be so proud of what you become under our stewardship. And your dad's not dead. He was kind of a jerk. Okay, so whatever. All right, now that is a good little bit of peace. And we have a lot of levels to go around. Mighty knockback on this guy. This is the guy who... He makes his militia... Because this guy is, like, very solid if you want to just use, like... You know, if we had that Confucius statue, it'd be real good on him. We might get another one. Because 8 morale on militia units for those horsemen, you know, that sort of puts them up another tier. And then if he's around the Mighty Knockback, I feel, you know, just for like a sprinkle it in for a cheaper army type of thing. And Mighty Knockback is incredibly good. It's better than regular good. New base gives -50. I think so, but it's possible that they changed it in this. But he would be amazing, yeah. Because 25 there, and then there's some dude who gave like 12 morale to militia, but I think it was just in his thing, and that's not as good as a discount for the army, obviously. Like, where's the level? Ah, the ditzy and absent-minded. Well, you know, she's also... Oh, she... Because we rerolled her trait, you know. She still has bad experience there, but, you know. She is, you know, dutiful for all that. We should find her another husband, right? But she's like ruling family for us, so we can use her for a diplo marriage to get somebody in, so we want to keep an eye out. Speaking of diplo marriages... Like, how about... I mean... It would make Liu Bei upset. Speaking of Liu Bei, why don't you like me? Treaties with their enemies, Yeah, we need to start getting relations normalized here. Because this won't have any effect on anybody except him and Kong Rong positively. So I feel like this is a good thing to do. Because I want him to be a bro, you know. But yeah, because I mean, that would be a really good pickup, huh? I mean, who would be better? Have we met Yan Shao? He's unlikely to... Yeah. I'm like, now I'm thinking, I'm like, man, you know. Oh, right, because he has the tie-in thing for him. But yeah, you know, and she wanted a reputable and stately husband, and, you know, why not? Why not? After all, Cao Cao and I have ever gotten along, right, in this timeline. It's been many years, you know, yeah. And this will, you know, make Liu Bei a little upset, but I feel like, in the main, this is okay. And we get to pick up Cao Ren, who has, like, a heal, right? Welcome to the family, buddy. And we'll hope to reroll his stuff later, because it's all in a circle. And we need to get over to Heavenly Presence. Yeah. But we'll just keep an eye out for the Faction Council, and we'll probably be able to get him moved over there. Because if not, it'll be a while to get to it. But oh, yeah, baby. And, of course, he has his own honor manifested. You know, they can't take it away from him. They tied the bow to him, so you can't take it away from him. But, yeah, alright. Oh, boy. Negative 50 armor. That is so good. Tell you what, you can wear those swords for a bit till we get you somewhere, buddy. He is dutiful, determined, and intrepid. What a champion, right? What a good guy. 25 range damage, own army, and stalk and own retinue. What an interesting dude. Oh, we've put it over there. Right, you're supposed to not do it that way around. But yeah, so that sword will be real good. He has an armor with the blue blade because of the set. But yeah, so yeah, we get our child protector sword. Oh man, what a pickup. You know, that marriage. Because he's good anyway, and denying him to Cao Cao is good too, because he's a loyal, reliable guy who's awesome on the battlefield. And those items, I mean, wow, what a pickup. And, you know, our daughter-in-law, our niece-in-law was wanting another husband, you know, and Liu Biao's a good guy. He understands the desire for happy matrimony, and was only too pleased to move everybody along towards it. Now, what we want to do here... Whoops, what? What? Okay, we're obviously gonna reload that. I guess I hit... a button above the siege, like, stuff that... Anyway.
前路虽有宵小之辈阻拦，但可诛之。主公兴荣，则天下兴荣。
Alright, how much did we do? Oh god, maybe a lot. Alright, let's recap. What all do we need to redo? Oh, everything. It's the whole turn. Jeez. It's fine. We end this turn. Next turn, we get the diplomatic marriage, secure peace, and that's all we did. We just talked a lot. There's he's obviously still going to marry into the family. And the Diplo with Liu Biao, yeah, that's right. Because we wanted the non-aggression to push him up there and get better relations, yeah. Shichi, yeah, because she moves up, and that's why we noticed she was around. We get the money from her. Alright, yeah. He's like, I will never agree to non-aggression with you. Would you like 3 grains of millet? And he's like, oh my gosh, millet is my favorite, and it's a good thing too. Alright, and... we're like, we're not even going to make you pay more of a dowry, right? We're just going to receive this marriage in honor. And there's no way they would have rearranged his weapons, and they didn't. Marvelous. And this time... Huangjong! Dong Tuna.
我们有许多话要谈。
There we go.
我方接受。
And we're all caught up. And let this be a lesson to us to remember after you do a whole bunch of something on a turn, save before you go to a siege. I don't even think that saved. It did. It just doesn't say confirm. Good. Alright, well.
保持原样。 冷静沉着。
Alright, so we clicked like a... Oh, I was trying to click... Now I see. Now I see. This button, right, is directly by it. So if you're like clicking here and you think, I can click again, well, you can't. If they sally, doesn't stand a chance. Indeed. And I think if they sally, then we won't lose favor, but I'm not sure. Because I know ambushing makes you lose the favor, but... yeah. Well, I wanted... because we used the faction council to remove all of their supplies, right? So they don't have any reserves. So if we just crash them down here, I figured we could start attriting them. And then, because the Emperor gets mad in proportion to the people that are involved, right? You know, the size of the battle. So I figured with that event, we could just push them down a bit and then lose a little less favor when we went in for some more. Even though we're at 76, you know. Because as soon as we go up to 80, that's when our decay starts to catch up with our additional favor. Force them to be aggressors, exactly. But this fool here. Oh, this actually is... So we didn't get the same thing where... Well, maybe he's going to attack Liu Biao over the end turn, and then that's why we'll get it. Well, no, I don't know. Anyway, we don't get the mission to go and pop him, which is a shame. And they're all trying to infiltrate. Because, and the thing is there too, is like, if we get these spies in there, and a couple of them are like, you know, level 2 or 3. Really no, sorry, slots. Yeah, I didn't, I know you, I think you said, but I didn't, like, appreciate that administrators wouldn't give us more army slots, otherwise I would have just taken a couple more of them, but accordingly I'm like... And he's like, I want to brawl. Well, Shimoka is going home, and, well, yeah, I mean, obviously we'll take this. Because if our underdog vassal, right, our underdog vassal does well and pops these... Hey-oh, there we go. Good stuff. Now, they have a ton of Jian sword guards, right? But very, very few spears. And... no true brawlers among them. Raider for his own retinue. Like, anybody who hangs out with him just has to burn it down. And this is absolutely perfection. Nucci and the Cataphracts walk all over the zone. Oh yeah, they're gonna feast.
没时间可以浪费了，必须消灭敌军。
Oh, look at this. Nice open battlefield. Reinforcements coming from that way. All of them from that way. Well... do we have... no, yeah, we'll just engage in the center and then rotate to meet... Like, oh yeah, they're coming right at us. Alright, let's go. They don't have much cav. They are getting much too spread out here. They're not going to like that at all. Infantry archers of Jing have fireball moving, so they're the rare archer where a reposition doesn't really hurt you too much. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the good stuff.
挺住！上！
Because they don't have enough. That's the great thing about the situation we're in here. They don't have enough cavalry to threaten us, and that means, you know, we're going to be able to hang back a little bit. What we want to do here is get on, you know, the spear guards. You want to get stuck on the problem guys, and then pop him. Frontal charge by Saber Militia. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See if it works out for him. We're gonna get off the mount with Liu Qi and then just go in here. This blob is a little ugly, but we've got archer support on it. And honestly, it's not that ugly, is it? Because, yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, yeah, you know, the dismount, that's absolutely the right move there. Because, yeah, you know, I forget how much it just deletes fools. Need to get the Treb off of... There's again, and right on time. Time to get on the horse. You want to duel somebody? Oh, doesn't want to duel. Shame. Oh, he's back on his horse again. Good deal, good deal. There are no spears in this blob. And Big Flames of the Phoenix will probably do a treat here. We don't want to stay here too long. Come on, make it go off. Where's my flames? There we go. No. Beautiful, dealing with them, and we just need to get... Our poor Lancer Militia, you know, you can tell how lower quality they are. Alright, we should not be standing up in the middle of this fighting even though they aren't spears. I mean, because they've got to be doing some damage. But there we go, another Flames. We just need to get out here and start getting on this. We don't, because we don't have all the... You know, the Trebs at least ran out of ammo. Alright, let's get some focused fire from the archers, right? These guys need to run back. Flank here. Sword guards there. Liu Qi rolling among the crossbowmen. And then here we give that flank over. Liu Biao here. Chen Gong on them. Revert. Revert. Heavy cataphracts. Heavyen. Probably got caught in melee, because they don't look like they're winning that fight that handily. Liu Qi gets in here. Man, oh man, these got to be the Imperial Defenders. They just stand up, bro. Oh, here we go. Like, this is the target we need. Point blank, rear facing into the shield guards, the sword guards. They're gonna really, really regret the fact that I finally paid attention to where they were standing. And we pulled the cataphracts out, but not far enough, and they got re-engaged by, like, some trash militia. But, you know, you can't fight a prolonged engagement with cavalry. That's not how they work. I wish it's how they worked. I'd be a lot better at the game if it was. There we go. Imperial sword guards there, taking the flank. I'm like, ooh, the Emperor's gonna be so mad at you. Yeah, they're definitely mostly. I think these Jingzhou noble guards, you know, I think you could be forgiven for only taking them instead of red cav, even on a red cav guy. You lose some charge bonus and stuff, but they really have quite high AP. You know, you get 36 AP on the cataphracts, but, you know, 21's a bunch. So here, finally, a cataphract charge! Raw! Because they do amazing when you use them right. But are very high quality, high morale infantry proving its value here. You know, standing up and fighting. But that's the thing too, is if you can get your early engagements on lock, then you don't have their heroes to worry about. Even though they brought like a fair suite, right? It must have been, you know, 5 that were here. Maybe it's just 4. Took a clumsy engagement, but totally worked. Because, well, you know, we had higher quality heroes. It's all about that Liu Qi block, right? But we very much want to be running them down as efficiently as possible here. Which means getting the cav on the far side first. We don't have that many, like, really mobile units that we can get going, but, you know, a hero here, a hero there, pretty soon. You know, you try to find the spear guards of the world, you know. Knowing that every spear guard we find here is a spear guard we don't fight later. And, of course, you get them down far enough, and then eliminate the unit entirely. And of course, the Emperor's gonna be so mad at him. How could he? Like, how could he bring a fight? I was just in the neighborhood. I was building those towers because I like to wave. Because I am a waver. It's how my people show friendliness. Oh, yeah, well, we're on Ultra, so 16, but yes. Sounds right. But very nice, you know, beat 'em up, getting it done. And I mean, we still had like totally unengaged infantry there. We're seeing that the age of the Lancer militia is kind of over. Of course, we can afford to give him more of these yellow guys in the retinue, and I'm for it. The heavy cataphracts got 5 kills only. They must have been who came into the initial fight and were fighting and then got countercharged by Raider Cav. Which, you know, bad for, you know, we could have just shot at them. Pyrrhic how? I don't know, man. How does the game do anything? It's 129 salary. But we can just let him go.
吾等需要精兵良将。
And beautifully, of course, the Emperor's gonna be so mad at him. Daoshang and Zerong get confederated in over here. Songjian declares on Motung, and Shi-Chi is doing this thing, and... Huh. Dude, imagine getting this dude with Zhengxiang, right? Oh, I don't get my peasantry income? 125% post-battle loot. That's a lot of percent. That's a lot of percent. Unfortunately, Hu Mao has joined this guy's coalition, but maybe we'll be able to peace out ere too long, right?
迅速出击！ 怒吼吧！ 开战！
Yeah, I say, like, for the tempo reasons and, like, the reasons of the governor, like, yeah, we'll just sit here and wear them down. If they want to fight again, they'll fight again, and damage on the trebs, you know, probably could have been. We did lose yeah, that, and then all the ammo when you use ammo, and the cataphracts got very beat up. Not that much damage on any of the heroes, but
坚定不移，路径明晰。 做好准备。
well, Shen moved in on him there, which is too bad because I wanted to take that land. But he's a possible vassal. He's just not a good vassal, so we weren't really targeting getting him to do it. You know, not at a loss. 26k. All right, let's build there. Did we just crash? Save.
你掀起狂风，枝上花瓣悉数离落。 汉作凌迟
Man, that just hurts.
圣贤匡
Because it's like I.
前路虽有宵小之辈阻拦
Man.
但可诛之。主公兴荣，则天下兴荣。
One more time with feeling.
计划周密，吾等战无不胜。
没时间可以浪费了，必须消灭敌军。
炎日高悬，照耀
Let's
出我
go.
们肩上的重任。
Yeah, this is much better, right? Look at these peasant raiders. They're just getting hit by high trebuchets. They're already running. A million times better. You know, we can take this opportunity to win the battle the way we should have won it. In less of a Pyrrhic type of way. Because this is a dramatically better way to deal with it, right? Army arrayed in this direction. Clump in there. Flames of the Phoenix. We're in the middle of spears, but we didn't, like, charge them, so I don't think we're going to get knocked off for it. Oh, you want to brawl, buddy? You want to go? Yeah, very well, I accept. I don't need to know anything about you to know I can win. And over here, we have crunched them, right? Dramatically better battle than the time before. For one, all the cav is still alive, like all of it. Yeah, dramatically better battle. The better battle. He actually did pretty good, but, you know, we heal up most of it. Like, basically all of it. Get wrecked. And, of course, it gives us a huge morale boost, and them a morale debuff, which you know, we do kind of want them to fight to the death, I guess, so it's not so good that they get a morale debuff, but what are you going to do? Get on the crossbows, as they're the armor piercing, they're the big worry there. And here we just want to... They just hit that huge oh, that's a ranged block chance. Never mind. I thought that was the melee evasion one. Like, I've got something of a ranged block chance myself. And now we are menacing all of those guys, and we can do a sick charge into the side here and here. Yes, with the knowledge of a time mage, we know that what we've got going on here is fine, actually. It's like, well, since we know now where they're going to be coming from. Oh, smoke screen, you're gonna hide yourselves, bro? It's gonna be like Pyrrhic victory. You know, I'm not annoyed anymore. The battle went so much better that, you know, it makes me look like I know how to play the game. Sometimes all you have to do is try it again. I mean, how many times have I done that in Warhammer, right? I'm like, you know what, let's run that back. I forgot that Ikit Claw could nuke me. Yeah, it's like, because the yellow guys are so, you know, generalist, their skills are specifically very good, and it's like the other people get the worst version of them. That's not what they're for. Indeed, you know, it's they are the commanders, right? And then they also, you know, they give you access to the formations and stuff. You know, I just love vanguards, so you know. You know, they have fire while moving. Is it accurate fire while moving? Well. Sometimes. I mean, those guys ain't getting back up. And for mopping up after a battle, you know. Certainly better than nothing. Alright, and we're gonna save it after this. Before doing anything, we're gonna save it. This is, I think, a dramatically better battle and better mop-up. I mean, not least because our cataphracts are... I mean, it's obviously better. We did better in every way. But... Alright, good deal. Oh, minor summons, you know, I didn't even think of it. Yeah, you know, I feel like it crashes less than fulfilled clumsy lumbering. Join us, we'll see if there's a spot in our forces for you later. And a son has been born. You want me to gauge Zhu Chu's? Untouchable, I think we say, you know, nothing because we don't... I sure hope that wasn't like a real event. I think that was just a generic one. Yeah, it didn't... Yeah, it's like an uncommon town. Like, it didn't seem like enough of one. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good deal, good deal. Glad we didn't make a big mistake. Alright, now... let's build things. Taking advantage. Oh, yeah. Speaking of. Well, you know, a man can dream. Has unique skills, you say? Three oil. Oh. 16k damage over time on a general. I mean, it takes a minute. You do it every 2 minutes. But I mean, 16,000 is about... That's like a mock, right? Yeah, and then he can hurt himself to breathe flames. Well. Cool.
立马出击！开战！
有话快说。
那就快点吧。
我可没心情。
Alright, so we can just get peace and yeah, I mean, it's worth doing. It makes Tongji a little more unhappy, but again, they'll all get over it. They just want to beat up on him.
你我已达成共识。
And the more factions we're at peace with, the easier it'll be to get things. So Liu Chong, we don't have a route to your capital for trade. Well, then that makes this trade agreement never functional, doesn't it?
朋友， 确实要诚心接受才行。
Because a trade deal would be a lot of money.
平定天下，且看我等。
Here we go.
看来还不错。
Trade agreement with Yuan Shao. After all, we'll want to be on good terms with him. Iji is a Taoist wizard that Sansa had executed. It's about the extent of historical relevance, but there's some stories. Ah, interesting. Interesting. I do love a good wizard. Alright, so I'm just so proud of him for getting put back together again. Oh, and we can take her sword away right now while she's a kid. That must be what always happens to her. They assigned the bow to her and her alone, which is good, because otherwise people would just steal it from her. But I mean, there's really no point in her having the sword for 8 years, 6 years while she's a kid. Why don't you use that sword? That'll do. And when Vanguards are new, yep, you know, but maybe you can get something out of it. Because this blue blade, I'm like, how are we going to leverage that in? Do we give it to Yuan and Yong? And then, like, have her in there, and then, like, have the Yellow Cavalry that I believe in so much? Or starters, yeah. It's like, if you... Maybe you could get her, right? You get her in, like, Ma Chao's faction. Yeah. Because 45%, that's 45 cunning worth of ammo, right? So it basically just gives her more cunning without giving her more cunning. Alright, well, we demanded their surrender. Don't know what else we could do. Alright, so... Shimoka's leaving Dongten's lands, and Dongten is over here beating down Zhongjin. And anyway, having a non-man vassal in these lands would be very nice, because Shimoka doesn't look like he's in that great of a spot, right?
我还以为你死了。
It looks like he has, you know, a war with Hu Mao, and that he is right here. So we might try to pop him. We can, Siminghu.
那就快点吧。
Negative 155. Kongrong at negative 42, but he would be a good vassal to grab, right?
很高兴与你见面。
But how to even, I mean, like, just a ton of money? Yeah, because even if we pay him, you know, a ton. No. A lump sum as well? Yeah, that would be the way. And frankly, less than I was looking at. So this will be... I mean, this is worth doing, right? Because he's not going to leave. And it makes Liu Bei love us. It make Yuan Shao hate us. It's just like, is it worth pushing through to this amount? The money comes back. I mean, I guess it is.
我方接受。好，准了。
And Liu Bei loves it. And, you know, if we get him really high up, then, you know, he is...
欢迎，朋友。
Oh, we're not allowed to request that he confederate into us. But, you know... Oh, he's feeling money. I said, yeah, and, you know, it probably ends up being basically the same amount minus that, you know, yeah. Hey, and that breaks up Cao Cao's coalition a little bit. Funnily enough, Cao Cao wasn't, like, mad about me signing this. Yuan Shao was, because he was at war with him. But... make them join our confederation. Yeah, but how, Precious? But great stuff. Picking up another very valuable vassal. Cheeky sounds like I know done right. $15K a turn is so many K a turn, and of course, as the vassal train keeps rolling, it's gonna make other people want to work for us more. Oh, we didn't move Huangzhong. Well, that is too bad.
都是朋友，还请笑纳。
Kongrong is offering to aid us in the war against this guy, and he wants to pay us to do it. I mean, yeah, sure, buddy. He's like, look, I just want to show how much I'm into this. And of course, now because because it was his idea and we thought it was a good idea, he likes us even better. I love that. I love that. Liu Chong gets destroyed. Oh, he was under siege. He was under siege, and that's why the trade agreement wasn't there. He probably was destroyed because we broke the trade agreement. He's like, okay, I give up. Yep, there you go. The Prince of Qin has finally fallen to Cao Cao's might. Man, look at Liu Bei. Man. Hard knock life for him, right? I don't know. He could have other land over here, but I doubt it. Crossbow militia? Fascinating. White Horse Fellows? Do they get them? White Feathered Riders for Liu Bei, which are... Oh my god, they're amazing! They lack armor piercing, but they've got great morale, good speed, decent armor, huge melee evasion of 71. He gets some from the ambitions. Ah. That's awesome. Oh, and you can check to see... Okay. But that's only if there's like a specific kid assigned to that character that's always going to be born. He starts up here, you say, yeah.
行动如一，统一行进，振作起来！杀！迅速出击！ 思维迅捷，则可避其锋芒。
Yeah, okay, so that's the way to do it. We lose only one Imperial favor for having used a couple of turns there.
我等非蛮夷也。
We'll just take the money. Alright. We lose only one favor. Oh no. And we stand still and get wounded. It's not a fatal blow. Still doesn't feel nice.
乱世随定。
有话请讲。 欢迎，朋友。
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't even live around here. My girl giving us all 15% ammo. Governance convert. And then there's a rebellion there, but we'll deal with that. And just like that, Zhongjian has gotten quite on the back foot here, right? Huanggang, Handancheng, Ma, and Songjian are the factions west to the Real River. Right. All the way up here. So they just get to live over here where it's nice and safe. I bet they have raiders. And man, our governance is just so juiced from taking the correct side in that Shichi event, man. If I had confederated them, if it would have made them our vassal, it still wouldn't have been worth it. But yeah, that's going to push us all the way up into this one, which is going to be great because it gives us more income from tributaries, more satisfaction, and, you know, more access to domains. Looters only appear in Wubei and Shuofeng. Okay. Alright, so now we need another army, right? But where do we get it? Because we need another army just because we have too much money, right? And another army would make us better. But we don't want one to just, like, sit here at the border with Cao Cao and look at him. Because it's, you know, this is where you get the Marines and the elite spears, which are interesting enough. But I quite like the noble guards. Man, Dongtuna's having a time, right? Because Duosi is too afraid to attack us now, so he's getting pushed back, and Dongtuna might just move in here and get this guy all the way out of the Nanmen, which is awesome, you know. Having a vassal that's afraid of you in the Nanmen lands is very good. Here we recruit him not because we need him, but because we want to take his items away. Okay. That got me sitting up in my chair. My man has Mindane. Alright, so Xiangong, Liu Qi, Yuan Anyang. Red, green, blue. Guess we're keeping him. He's level 4. He gets poisoned. Well, because we wanted to respec somebody, and then, well, you know, it could be him instead. Because going across the top to get, well, I mean, honestly, it's fine to go across the bottom here, isn't it? Melee evasion for the whole army. Sauron, yeah, you know, because... it's tricky. Like, do we put Sauron into the army with Liu Qi and stuff? Is that the way we go? Oh, and this guy is awesome at administering, so we'll probably, well, you know, I would love to give him a thing, but Sauron with Jutai. Oh, yeah, that's... Well, but the thing is Sauron doesn't get that heal, like, for a hot minute, right? He's not going to get to his heal for ages. But if we put Chutai in with Mending Guy, that dude's immediately going to be able... After respec Yellow 6, that's right, yeah. That was the respec we were going for. I remember now. There's been a lot that's happened, you know, having to reset due to the crash. We just have too much... Alright, so we have to actually think. Where do we recruit this? Just at Changsha because the fronts are in the south? And Cao Cao's probably not going to bushwhack us because we're not at home. And anyway, we do have a lot of vassals all around him. And Cao Cao likes us. I gotta stop thinking about him like he's a bad guy, you know? Sure, he's an opportunistic manipulator, but he doesn't dislike us. We've got treaties, a diplomatic... He's on assignment. Blah. Alright, we'll cancel the assignments. Get about next here. Turn. Sauron, Jutai, and Yuan and Yong. And then we will spin Liu Qi's army off and move... No, that doesn't... We need a Liu Qi replacement, and then another whole army. Alright, first up. Cancel Sauron's assignment. Cancel Yuan and Yong's assignment. We're going to need to do stimulate markets here again because it's very good.
悉心节欲，待时而发。这里几乎没人。
Oh. Oh, he sucks. Terrible. Terrible. I don't believe in this guy at all. Doesn't get mighty knockback. What's the point? The fact that he can stay alive. I mean, God, doesn't get mighty knockback. I guess you give him infantry. Trash. Scare, morale known territory, charge speed, morale when attacking, battle running speed, hit chance, charge bonus. And he gets night battles when commanding, which is like interesting, but he's just bad at being a vanguard, and that's unforgivable. Yeah.
想问点什么？
唯有扫清六合，天下才能平定。
Man, you know, like you think you're gonna like somebody and it turns out they're a bandit.
还请笑纳。
Liu Kong is a... Liu Kong. Alright, well...
此次会晤收获颇丰，多谢足下。
Guess we're gonna find out how much that guy wants to brawl. Didn't we just peace out with this guy? Well, it makes all of our vassals like us. Well, you know, it's going to... I mean... It's gonna tank our... Well, we only go down to 14. It's fine. We're still in the positives.
不想休兵，那就去死！无礼！
Why would that guy attack our vassal? Piece of vassalage, yeah. You know, I was just trying to clean it up, but yeah, was a mistake. Because otherwise, you know, who knows how mad they'll get at you for just defending your own interests.
杀呀！ 全力奋战，则战无不胜。讨平乱贼，澄清四海，出发！出征数日，今日始归。
And we get to Roar of the Beast. Amazing!
心有所欲，因而导之。为了天下苍生。
Oh, what am I doing? We don't have any prospects besides Jutai, right? Because whoever goes into the principal army has to be a Cav guy, because I mean we could convert all of Liu Biaos into Cav, but then it's the same problem with the fact that Jutai is trash because he doesn't have Mighty Knockback. You know, if we don't get a Mighty Knockback in there, then it's nothing. And Zhuge Zhuan's too old.
请下命令。
You know, we can get Ambusher guy, and then he can be in charge of the army later. He's not really related to us, but that's okay. We can marry him in later if we get proud enough of him. He has 80 armor, so this is what we need, right? This is the kind of guy we need. Of course, he can't get the good troops. Of course he can't. Because he's level 1. And I'm stupid.
山外有山，我等当更进一步。
It's like the fact that we can afford it sort of falls because it's like, man, everything we're getting is so bad, though. I hate this game. I don't know what to do, and it makes my skin feel hot. Like, it was fine when I only had one army. But now I have all these other ones, and what if I make a mistake?
向前进军，万万不可！
It doesn't help that Liu Biao himself is so bad at fighting, and yet is so desirable for an army. And he's just bad at fighting because his armor stinks. Because when you hit him, he dies, you know. His primary thing to do is not get hit and die, and if you hit him, he'll just die.
开战！力求上进，功名震天。
Alright, so we can put the sword and wood on her and give her a huge block chance. That'll be fun. Wear tuxedo to war. Indeed. It's like, yes, it's stylish, but can I interest you in a suit of armor? He's like, a gentleman looks good no matter where he's going. You're like, yeah, no, I get it, but... Food for the settlement levels for prestige, yeah. And of course, in a few turns, we're going to have a lot more food because the food that we paid out for these contracts for vassals and stuff will come in. But Dao Shang is now learning that Kong Rong is right next door and quite likes the idea of having a fight with him.
祝福两位新人。
Xi Chongchong, the unlucky damsel, wants to marry Liu Qi. Well, I'm not surprised, but...
如此
We withdraw it then.
只得
Yes,
作
I
罢
figured you would. A diplomatic marriage was an outrageous idea for
我
them.
方思虑良久，方有此意。足下深思熟虑，英明决断。
And we have to defend him.
“稍事休息。”
Is it not gonna let me get him because... Alright, it looks like Cao Ren is not getting the skill tree reset. Oof. Looks like we're getting the Tong Air. And yeah, and then of course that was the economy focus dropping down. and the other army upkeep, and etc. etc.
中正。
But yet another unruly vassal's heir has come here. You know, he'd be good, you know. He's got roar, that's fine. Proudly passive. He is lumbering, uncomplicated, and energetic. Pretty bad. Gives 15% armor to his retinue. He levels up, giving us a little bit more admin power. Great abilities, garbage skills, yep. Alright, so this army we move down. Yeah, here. Not least because we're still in my land. No, we're not still in my land, but it's okay. So we will take out these looters, and that will be good. Hopefully before anybody else gets to be involved. And then I think this guy, yeah, this guy is at war with the Zhongs, so he is going to deal with this. And then from there, you know, Zhongjin will be on the other side of our lands, quite far away. You know, this is not an easy part of the map to move through over here at all. So if I can get over my anxiety about not knowing what I'm supposed to do, we're in a good spot. Speaking of, we're in a tight spot. I don't know what to do. We're too far away from land to disband the army, and we're about to run out of military supplies really soon. I don't know what to do. We can march over here. We're still going to run out of supplies. Supposed to make $1 billion and buy the rest of China. Nice dream. Alright, they want to marry their daughter to the poet, so that's good. And it makes all these people here that don't like us not like us. And Tongji not like us. He'll get over it.
如此真叫人满意。
好，准了。你我已达成共识。
And another wonderful diplomatic marriage is had. You know, that's the great thing about having so many people in your family. He's only because he's an enemy of the Han. Ah, right. Like, man, everybody hates him. He seems so nice. She's a legendary sentinel. Not a lot of armor. Meticulously organized. Teaching assignment. We'll have to see what that is. 10% replenishment this spouse's retinue. Wow. Okay, so a pretty good wife, huh? A pretty good wife indeed. That poet might need to get hauling into battle, because that is a pretty nice trait. That's actually really good. She's 16, so she just grew up. It's not weird. Liu Xian's quite young, too. Not Liu Xian, that's not his name. I forgot the poet's name. Not Liu Xian, that's the other guy. Okay. Her husband's name is Liu Xiu. Yeah, Xiu, not Xian. Yeah, there you go. You know, when you got this many kids, it's hard to keep track of all of their happiness. But speaking of, we need to... Even though they haven't met yet, we need to go ahead and get them married, right? So... oh, happy day. You know, we'll say that they met each other while she was spinning up the army, you know, while they were... Because she was doing admin actions, right? She was doing the commerce stuff, so they would have met there. Yeah. And oh, happy day. Obviously, we're just pleased that they're going to be so happy together. I can't see them doing anything else but having a joyous relationship, basically running basically part of China. It's much more than you expect you're going to get depending on how things go. Anyway, I don't love what we're doing with this army at all. We can get rid of it since it's in friendly land, but I don't... It's not like out of supplies. It's about to be. And of course, blast furnaces is the sincere object of my heart. 5% money from all sources is 5% more money, so we'll take it. Zhangchao, maybe? Oh, yeah.
有必要吗？
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to work for me, so... And then maybe if you can hand it over to Wang Long, then that might help us get that on. Because a massive southern coalition would be just so good to pull off. I mean, we're already on our way there. Yeah, we need very much to stimulate market. Okay, so teaching assignment gives you just a zound of experience. 100% in the commandery you're in, and 50% in adjacent ones. Pretty cool as a unique assignment, right? Pretty cool indeed. And Liu Biao gets counteract corruption, so we can... Because I think we're, like, basically perfectly happy now, so we can... Yeah, we can counteract corruption, and then that'll make us a lot more money. It'll make us -10 in happiness, but that's okay. I think corruption is probably, what, like 11, 12? Yeah, so that'll be perfect. Get Sauron collecting taxes here. Yeah, we'll do that next time. Aha, level 4. And we're gonna build prestige building. It's so good having so much money, because, like, knowing how good the buildings get in this game. Alright, here going to level 6 is well, no, because we need more food. We keep on sending food out in Diplo. We need to get more food, because that's right, because that just turned over the top 2. Because if we can take this and then... If we get in motion now, we lose the mustering rate, but we actually have a ton of replen from characters here. So if we just get moving up... Yeah, because it's only 10 that we're getting from the mustering, so we're still... Yeah, 32... Wow! Because he gives you the 5, but, like... Yeah, Changsha. That's where the teaching is, for sure. Oh, because the assignment would... Because they're there. Ooh, yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're thinking. Murong gets a level up. Good man. Doesn't need anything but... You know... higher order stuff, because all he's going to do is... You know, do assignments. He's very old. His whole role is to be the scholar, because he's the only one old enough to be the scholar. Alright, 10k. Man, it's so good to make a lot of money. Because, of course, it's almost all... Yeah, it's the only reason we're revenue positive is because of our tributaries. But, hey, we're also, you know, favor positive. And our move with the siege of Lingling there, I think, was very nice indeed. So we could roll in here, pop this, and then get this army going in... Try to exchange them at some point. And, yeah, we've got a good set of those buildings, and then the vassals, we're getting like 20 a turn or so, just, you know, click, click, click. We were getting way more, but... You know what? I don't need you in this war. I mean, maybe we should have, just for reliability and for... I want him to focus on what he's focusing on, right? Speaking of, it looks like all of our vassals are having a little blob fight in the mountains there. Liu Biao declared war on Liu Dai. And buildings are damaged thanks to this fool. Quite a lot of damage, really. But we're going to be able to get this 6 armor faction wide, my stars. And Dongtuna coming in here with the steel chair, you know, because, like, these guys are a little beat up still. And Dongtuna's got not great guys, you know. Namen Spearman, 26 Yeah, his army is actually super uber trash, right? But if he would fight in the Nanman lands, then, you know, he would have all of this stuff on him. But even if he loses and gets pushed back, you know, we'll probably be fine for a little while. And as long as Humao is fighting Shimoka here, like, that's good. And, I mean, it actually... Oh my god, did he... I think my man did it. Dude, that is sick. It looks like he eliminated Shimoka, even though the faction's still around. That is awesome. Dude, nothing in the world you want to see more than the Han taking over Nanman lands. That ain't gonna be that hard to dislodge. Has done nothing but antagonize. Nothing to antagonize us except not antagonizing us at all. And it's the ones who are your friends that you have to be the most suspicious of, after all. What's he plotting? Qingong. The Breathless Lamb. Oh. This is actually really funny, right? As an event. The guy runs from the new settlement, just like sprints up and slams this chest full of all of this money right at the feet of the commander and then passes out from exhaustion. It is a loot chest with its lock broken open, filled to the brim with jewels and precious trinkets of considerable value. Because after you do that, even if you might have set a couple aside for yourself, they're going to be real impressed. It's only 500. But, you know, really it's about how impressed we are with the guy. Boom, boom. Okay, I think this girl is bugged. Because I think that girl is bugged and she gives you 10 replin for your whole freaking faction. Because why are we seeing 15 from characters? It should be 5 from them having flexibility. Where's the 10 coming from? I think she's bugged. And that is bonkers. What a pull. Because it says this spouse's retinue, but I think it's for your whole freaking faction. More like improved? Indeed. Julian. What a champion, right? Book of Ceremonies, Philosopher. I mean, she is meticulously organized, right? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, because now, right... Imagine being the Emperor. Getting Imperial troops with that is very promising. What we're going to do now is just move in here. Take this. You know, well, we might lose a little bit of the favor of the Emperor, but I would imagine it's not too much of a worry. Yeah, 5's like nothing, right? An uncommon talent. We will promote them. Le Lune, who comes with a legalist fanatic. It's actually totally fine, right? Because the negative corruption... Yeah, I mean, we're going to take it. He's just a simple farmer. We're going to let him go, probably. He's spiteful, enigmatic, and composed, but yeah, so that's because we won't have satisfaction problems, but corruption is the problem. But, you know, with that yellow line thing to stack them up, Oh yeah, and then next turn we can put Sauron in. Awesome! 35k, and so much money, and we don't have enough, we can't even get a 4th army because of my bad choices, so we just gotta prestige up and then get some more armies there. But yeah, no, the only thing Cao Cao did was fight Liu Chong for 10 years, and... Where's the Jessica? She's one. Yeah, you know, she's a meticulous planner. And can I just say that at the age of 16, she's already a better teacher and logistician than many of these fools would ever have the happiness to find. We're going to take away the Book of Ceremonies, however, just because, well, you know, she doesn't need it. We need to give it to an admin character. Oh, we took it off of them, so we can't.
心如止水，气聚神凝。
Because I actually love the idea of this, because like with this and her garment, she'll have like a 65 ranged block chance, which is pretty good. Give it to someone with armor, yeah, for sure. To make it better. But who? That's like, you need that on like Ju Yu, right?
行事谨慎，可称机敏。
满怀信念，奋力一战。
We gave him that, you know, it's like, who do we give it to? We need to give it to somebody with armor. But we don't have a choice. We're going to give it to Liu Biao and eventually give it to someone who needs it more. Qing Pu is wearing the blue... Oh, Qing Pu. Qing Pu is on assignment. Qing Pu could get into an army, I guess. But where? Because, like, we could put him in here, it'd be like, you know, it's... Because we... Where do we put him? Whoops. Oh well. Maybe they won't starve. Red Tech gives army slots. You think we want the AP? Yeah, we definitely want the AP. Oh, he... You know, Liu Biao actually is the worst commander here of the army. You do get Night Battle, though. So that's what we're giving up if we have Liu Qi in command. We get the replenishment. Yeah, so the 10 is definitely coming from her because the faction... Yeah, it's pretty good. Because there's not... It's only the Night Battle that we get as a benefit for him being in command, which we won't need right now. Yeah, we just take the water clock off Liu Biao, and then... Well, you know, Zhuge Zhuan doesn't need it at all. $27 current, and that 18 from characters, like, now we're talking, all right? Now we're talking. Now we are going. Now it's happening. We got a crop failure again, which is Cao Cao, probably, but, you know, whatever. Oh, that could be the faction to councils too, right? Yeah.
我绝不动摇。
Liu Xun or Hu Mao, yes. Well, Hu Mao is a buffer against Nanman, but I think Liu Zhu, right? Jun, just because he's in the middle and having a more solidified base. Because, like, sure, he's unlikely. You know, he's not going to get, like, confederated by an enemy, and he's probably going to be afraid to hit me. But it still is very nice, too, for, like, vassal movement if they want to go from one theater of war to another or whatever to solidify the center position. Plus, you know, where's the green? Dongtuna, though, that's so awesome. How good he's doing in here. Yeah, and nobody currently wants to become a vassal. In fact, most of these guys want to, even less than Yuan Shao does. But, you know, that's alright. We can maybe convince them otherwise. Junyu. Alright, so... yeah, it looks like Kongrong will be doing some nice stuff over there, but yeah, we'll just keep on moving over there and there and there. Making a ton of money. We definitely just need to... figure out where next. If Legong pops Zhongjian here, that would be the ideal, because then we can just spin the armies off to the south, or one of the armies off to the south, or...
先不打了，暂时不打。
You want peace? Well, let's think about that for a second. I'm gonna say no.
先不打了，贪得无厌。
After all, we've experienced how annoying it is. I mean, what if he immediately turned around and attacked somebody? Nah, that wasn't fair. We got peace with Wuju, I think, before we got Dongtuna as a guy. And then he immediately declared right after. Li Zhu has signed a peace treaty with Cao Cao. Oh no! Wu Tugu declared war on Shamoka. And it looks like the Zhongs did peace out with Legong, so we're going to want to... the Zhongs peaced out with everybody, except me. And we get a suit of the finest armor from our armor crafter. What is it? Tempered iron skin, no doubt. Well, I would love to wear it instead of our armor and just pay my retinue more, but it won't let me. Minor factions can't be trusted. Vassalage or nothing, indeed. Alright, so what do we do with this army then?
你叫我。 我军必胜！做好准备。
Do we take the port first or the farmland? I think the port, right? Because it's
一往无前。
further from the center. Take the bottom first, sweep up. And of course, he won't know what hit him.
有必要吗？
He doesn't have a cooperative bone in his body. So we'll have to shuffle him off of that. Vassalage or nothing, indeed. Indeed. And we have so much money. It's about to be winter again, where we're going to run out of food, but that's alright. Now what we want to do here is agricultural development. Lulun! How do you know how to do this, my man? Oh, because he's a farmer. Because he's a farmer. Anyway, this is the guy that I was like, we don't even need him. Lulun, you champion. Let's find out who grows the most food in the place, right? Yeah, because that's awesome. 25% more food there. So that's going to be like an 8 food swing for that. That's so good. And the Chongsha assignments can roll in. So Ren going to start that taxum. Because he's the taxman. And that's right, we need to stimulate the market. And there's a huge population ability. Let's get Liu Biao in here. We're going to take the public order down just a little bit negative. It won't go too bad. Bum 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 bum. You know, for all that I wish I had a 4th army, 14 assignments is good. Man, I am having such a good time. You know, let's learn the lessons of the past real quick, because it really would have stung to have had that good of a time in the middle of a turn. Every time you realize you're having a good time, you should save the game. Man, that marriage. Oh, what a champion. She not only has one of the best assignments I've ever seen, a ton of experience, and yeah, 10% replen for everybody. My girl. And it looks like, you know, looks like Hua Jin ends up taking the mountains here, which is pretty annoying. I would have preferred one of my vassals to get it. I was like, what's this? She's a manipulative seductress. Well, that makes sense why her character model is drawn that way. You know, she's kind of... Look, I don't want to look down on people, but, like, you know, she's not as classy as Wynant. Like, is that even tailored, or is it just falling off the shoulder, you know? Like, is it supposed to be worn that way? Anyway. But man, when this armor kicks on, I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped about how all this is going. What a time. Yeah, and we just need to swap these guys to... Okay, so now... Ooh la la, at level 7 you get access to dragons, and... Jade dragons, which are... lower damage than the cataphracts, but have... You know, they're like... You know... They're like a yellow plus into them. So they keep the armor piercing, but they lose a lot of the damage of the cataphracts. You know, but they have just like the armor piercing of, you know, a lance cavalry. But I quite like these noble guards. I think 2 of them will work a treat. He's level 5. Can't wait till he's level 6. Because we're so rich now, we might as well make this army more premier, right? Do we get like another Imperial Guard in it? Do we get a Blade Master? I mean, the Blade Master is twice as good at churning through things as other people are, but, you know, is that low armor going to come out to get him? You know, like, how well can we use shock infantry? Because I kind of want to swap to Azure Dragons for him. I mean, they'll have not that much ammo, but I mean, maybe we just go to Pearl Dragon. Because if we're looking for Blade Masters, we've got Pearl Dragons. Well, I mean, these guys aren't as punchy, but they are much more evasive. Oh, because you get level 7 and you get access to all the dragons. You know, it's such a better game this way. It's such a better game this way. She's absolutely wrong. Got it. It's like, that's not the style at the time. Alright, another one of those. I mean, even though we've got a ton of money, I feel like okay about not... No, I mean, look, they should be something more upgraded. At the very least, just take them to Imperial Defenders. If we're going to use Infantry of Jing, there's no reason not to upgrade them, right? Right, get those levels in them. But... I mean, we could just go full cav for him now, though, because... These guys are really good at standing up and fighting. Probably as good as the Infantry of Jing are. Yeah, let's just get 4 big yellows. I believe in these guys with Mighty Knockback, okay? Like, I think they're legitimately great. Yeah, and we'll just upgrade that whole army. After all, we can clearly afford it. And here, what do we do? What do we do? Do we move towards Panlin? I mean, I think so, right? Just start chipping them up, and if we can't make these guys our friends, then we'll trade the land over to Juhao or something, because why not?
此为苍生黎民之天下，非暴虐诸侯之天下。
Might want to just keep the farm. Oh, yeah, you know, that is a good point. It's like I'm reticent to have lands on the coast. What about pirates? But, man, it's going so well. We're so rich. This is like the first time I feel like I've ever played the game right. And it only took me, you know, catastrophizing and being like, this is the end of everything, a million times for me to be like, you know, I think this is going well. It's 200 and all's well, you know, as long as nobody comes into our undefended heartland. Because the problem is that Cao Cao just pieced out with Li Zhua. So what's he gonna do next? But Dao Shang there has a level 9 place, so if we can go up and take that, that's gonna be a huge prestige boost if we can grab it. And, you know, a little bit of a draw going around Cao Cao. Because for all that Cao Cao is strong and rich and powerful and intimidating, Tongji, after binding together our houses, Tongji, you're aware you're an enemy of a Han. Tongji, did you think this one through? Zhonglu is attacking him. What?
很高兴足下能够满意。
I guess Zhonglu probably has only one land as well, but I'm pretty sure Huangzu can take him. Zhonglu couldn't even beat the dudes that were, you know, the looters in charge of it. I say that. Y'all don't go back and look at how hard of a time I've had taking the Yellow Turban garrison down. Just, it'll be fine. Sun Yi comes of age. Sun Xiao comes of age. Liu Min! And Lady Feng does not get recruited by the dude, but that's alright. Discourses of the States for negative corruption faction-wide. Seems good. You know, this guy being level 3 and having lower upkeep, I think we're going to throw him into that army and not the Liu guy. Heyo. Another Wuhan stallion. Well, you know, we could put him in. Yeah, so
回家的感觉真不错。
that is 2 stacks, yes. They are very trash, but we don't really want to take out this crummy army at them. We can absolutely defend this, though, because this will be like a toolmaker with probably towers and definitely a bunch of guys. But we can just spin off main stack this way. But if we go here, then this is the end of the Zhong faction here, and taking this farmland is probably desirable so he doesn't get it. They can't get here in 1 turn. They could get here in 2, so I guess we probably don't drop this. But if we do drop it... Yeah. Because if he moves up this way, then at least he's, like, in the middle of our guys there. Oh, and this guy... This guy declared war on us? Why? Why? Y'all, why would he do that? I just don't understand. Yeah, I'm like... like, y'all know that I only wanted to be your friend. And then the Zhu recruitment hub is Shields of Jiapi and Guangling Marines. But here, we finally get a little bit here, and we're going to get our, you know, faction support up, and... Oh, it was the campaign line of sight that we got from him commanding. Let's take this and put it here. Lose the melee evasion? Well, yeah, let's take it. And he can carry the Yong
相信直觉。
snake there. I was definitely totally trying to attack Xiaoshang. Yeah, like I just was trying to get. Look at him. He was. Look at what he's doing. Kong Rong, who's never done anything wrong, certainly wouldn't be like engaging in a war of aggression against him. And just in time for winter, we get to a place to get our supplies. Feels good.
见识一下我们的激情，释放怒火，消灭敌军。承天所助，我军必胜。
江河涌动，奔腾不息。
And he is no more. Warriors of the Pearl and Jiaozhou Line Breakers. Well, we'll see what they do. And speaking of seeing what they do, man, and we just leveled up to level 7 there. But there we have it. Oh, yes, there we do. You know, it's okay that we spent the money, because it's okay. So I think we swapped this Treb off of Liu Biao just because it's not that advantageous. And... well, I guess the Imperial Defenders are totally fine, because although we can get Azure Dragons, you know, like, Defenders are kind of what we want here. And then we can go with, we'll go with the Yellow Dragon in the mix, because the Yellow Dragon will be able to do a Shield Breaker for the Archers to get on, and then swap this one more Treb. Yellow Dragons for the axes gets in there, and that'll let, you know, and also, you know, that in the blob reduces the shield armor and everything as well as chipping it down. Good stuff. Yep, it's the year 200, and we have an army that we can be proud of. We're going to get a spy rolling there. Because this eager archer stalked for the own retinue. Decent. But, you know, because now, if she's in a battle, you know, we'll be able to turn her against the forces. So much money. We are so happening. And here... yeah, more of the upgrades called for. Do we want to fill in and corrupt here, or... yeah, the satisfaction is largely dealt with. Whoops. Ah, look at that! Zhong Rishong gives us exercise government authority, so her special thing is just give you some public order. That's quite nice. You know. You get your tax buildings up, and then, yeah, the very rare public order assignment. We don't actually need it, but, you know, because right now we're in such a good spot. But we'll keep that in mind for when we want to raise the taxes later. Yeah, because our public order everywhere is, like, maxed, but... do the pop growth to negative public order. Rehab criminals is pretty good for getting these pop up, right? Because population, that's how you're getting your bonus income. That's how, you know, that's how you're making it work. Because even here, we only have 1.2 million. We need... Because there's like a green building to get you more population. Unless there isn't. Maybe it used to give you population. We are respected. Alright, this guarantee of autonomy actually gets him way, way on a good spot. Alright, let's see what we can make it work. And, yeah, clean.
你的提案不错。
Cao Cao, you know, will get over it immediately. I think Hua Xin isn't, like, a great personality for a vassal, but it's still better than nothing. I think he's not, like, highly negative. He's bullish warrior, right? Yeah, so... But that isn't the same as, like, won't stay a subordinate. You know, it's a different... Yeah, not actively treacherous, indeed. It doesn't, like, you know, they're not like, this person will never obey for long type of notification. Oh! Look at that! Sneaking in under the radar, Zhongwen, at 61 years old, gets him some trebuchets. Mod changes, they're fairly safe until 70. Okay, cool. That explains maybe why Murong is 75, because we got him and he was, like, already old. But... good deal. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Man, that replan... 10%, I mean, that's bonkers, right? Oh, man. Well... Alright, so drop this army, re-recruited in the north. Cao Cao's in this coalition, isn't he? So it'll actively end the war? That's marvelous. Okay, well, what have we learned? We need an army up there. We don't have to have one right now. That is... Man, the way I started sweating and then felt comfortable. That's so funny. And now Cao Cao loves us again. Wonderful. And the Emperor wants us to give Duosi food? Zhongwen wants independence. No. This is like scary. He did. He did scare me. Alright, so now that we're in the coalition... Oh, Zhu Chu is knocking on the door. Lu Bu is over here dealing with Xiaoho Yuan? Yeah, you know, it's all happening... over here. You know, I don't think these guys are going to get picked up by this faction. I don't think they can afford to get new guys. We're going to try to send them back to Li Jua or something. And maybe we can try to grab our girl out of there. What I did there was to teach you something about defenses. Indeed. Because, like, what I mean, I guess it just would have been this crummy little army. Oh, Sun Yu, led by one of the Sun family, who's like, no, I know him. He just left. He's reckless and careless. But now we're in this huge coalition, which, you know, will certainly benefit us in the short term. And these guys aren't a part of it, so we're going to finish taking their stuff.
我军必胜！正义必胜！我等应设宴庆贺。现在这里归我军所有了。
But unfortunately, Wang Long got popped by Yan Baihu.
有话快说。
吾等耐性有限。
Yeah, we have a trade agreement. We should do that with somebody reliable. Oh yeah, because that was the Cao Cao agreement. Well, it broke out because he, you know, stopped being our friend. So we'll trade with our dude, and that will, of course, have the benefit of giving us some of the money right back.
有话请讲。
Like, no, she's the gentle dreamer. We can't be marrying her off to these randos. I honestly don't think we need this guy. Of course, we've got our tribute that we're paying, but once that's over, they keep paying us. So it's always worth it, right? If you pay them 1,000 and they pay you 1,000, I mean, out of one pocket and into the other, right? Just do a little bit of the helping out here. Is Pingyu a part of it here in Runan? Because otherwise, yeah, we've got it set up. But yeah, we've got things going on pretty well here. Now we either trade this land to, because we need an army in the north. And it's not that close to get up there. Oh, Minghu. Oh, because he was part of, I don't actually know why he declared war on me. He must have been part of... No. So it was Wang Quang who pulled us into the coalition. And Cao Cao thought it was a brilliant idea. And this guy's having problems there. Okay, so if Tongji is moving in that direction, we just want to go, like, here. Because now the second stack can't get to us in time. And we'll be able to threaten here. We might as well go in and threaten more, since we are up on the replen. And if he goes back, that's fine. Good old humble. No desire for higher office. That's the trait you want to see, right? That's always the trait you want to see. It's the wrong potential turncoat. Let's go ahead. And start trying to bust up his faction from the inside, right? Might be able to murder Zhongjin. That's what I was saying. I was like, ooh, we could finally do a thing. A sneaky little thing. Zheng Yi gets food production as the admin. Gotta love it. Got to love it. You are given no choice but to love it. We want taxes for someone that we care about. Yes. The lad. You know, for all that he hasn't fought, he's been doing his administrative work this whole time. And, you know, I'm not going to say we're not proud of him. We are proud of him. You know, he is working through challenging times, right? You know, the family he married into fell from grace, never easy. But do we hold on to this land or just trade it to Liu Biao? I mean, it is a ton of food that we get, right? I mean, not from the port, but from here. With the size of the trunks. Yeah, you know, he does have... We're not divorcing her. She's too useful. But, yeah, you know, we're always like, you'll be the heir and you'll solidify our political position. And then Oof.
你我联手，定能匡扶天下。
Well, we'll do this, and at least now Cao Cao will maybe think slightly more about it. We still have to get an army up there, like, post-haste, obviously, because it's not like he's going to be afraid of us. After he ended that war with Li Jue, you know, we were really in some bad shape. But because he just pieced out with us, I think we will have a little bit of time, right? Shimoka gets taken care of. A new girl is born to our family.
蛇真是聒噪。
And we're gonna give Cao Cao the grain of rice that symbolizes that I would prefer, unfavorable deals with us. So he's super mad about the coalition thing, I guess. Because he's happy about the diplomatic marriage. That one's not the unfair deal.
以柔克刚。向世人宣告我军大业。
Because ideally, we come in here,
敌军
don't get taken out by them because they're much too far away to get back in time. Pop this, and then disband this army, move it up to the north, and get a different red character in it. But, you know, we might do a bigger repositioning all around, right? Drop Liu Qi out.
定筹壮志。
I don't know. I mean, the great news is, look at our web of vassals, right? The bad news is, we know Cao Cao is mad about us. But, if we just get, like, an army here, Cao Cao is, well, he's getting up in the Imperial favor. Who knows how? But, you know, if we eliminate Tongji, then the Emperor is gonna love us, too. Because, you know, sure, he was our vassal, but the Emps was mad. Yes, we can't vassalize him because he's in the coalition, but... that is okay. The coalition got us out of the war, after all.
别来无恙。
Yep, he did lose it. And it's Ying Shao that's got it. And he's just like going up and down the river. I was like, I recognize you. This is just someone else with that face, though.
Cao
Cao left the coalition because they're at war against Yuan Shao and stuff. But, you know, we'll try to stay out of it, try to get a guy up here, because if we just get, like, an army here and here, then we're less worried. Yeah, I just thought the image was different, but maybe this is the one that was in the game that I associate with, but like just the picture. He's used it as, well, that would explain it. Because really, popping in here on Daosheng, like, this army is on Cao Cao, so that's not like the worst thing it could be. And our vassals, I mean, well, you know, we ended the war. Liu Kong was ready. He was Genki. He was ready to go. This guy is gonna definitely be losing. Can blitz turn Luca strong side weak side. That'll be the hope, right? Because we can drop one of these armies, put it up here, and then if we lose some stuff here, then just this loop in we'll be able to get behind them. We just gotta be able to win the fights we're in. But hey, you know, we did recently improve the forces quite a lot. You know, we got cataphracts here and Imperial Defenders. We got trebuchets, which are worth their weight in thrown stone. They're both 15 from industry, but one of them is slightly better than the other. Yeah, a couple years out and we'll get that AP. Very good. We'll take the commerce. We will gain the ancillary. Because as long as Cao Cao gives us 2 years, right? Because he just ended a war and then he peaced out, so I feel like it'll be like, don't you do another war, Cao Cao. But without strong opponents nearby, like his war with Li Zhuo, that was why he was doing that. But as soon as he peaced out, I had the bad feeling. And of course, that's exactly what happened. And the Zhong family here, you know, it's... Oh... Huh. Liu Bei. Alright. Yeah, he's like, no, you don't know who my friends are. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. We roll deep. We roll deep here. Here in Lean. Yeah, we don't quite get there. Yamba, who... No, this is... Oh, no! He's still alive? Well, actually... I think both of these garrisons can win, because he's... Yeah, they're mega beat up. Yeah, we can definitely win. Neither of these garrisons can be fine. Even without towers, this amount of spears with regular archers can chip through, you know, 200 HP or whatever. Yeah, we're fine. Can we peace out with them? Yeah, let's look. Oh yeah, a bigger stack. That's... Oh yeah. Alright, good deal. Work for me, I promise that I won't hurt you. Alright, yeah, perfect. This only makes everybody like us a little better. The only person who doesn't like it that we're friends with is Huangzu, who will get over it. Yeah. All right, and now, of course, he will wander the land, maybe taking over somebody else's problems someday. Good stuff. Wonderful. It's so sick. What a move, right? What a move. Not paying not to take it back. Indeed, and he was happy for it too, right? You know, and that's what I like about these guys. They're grateful for the opportunities. Next, we've got, like, more building slots there, and then we got the thing for even more buildings, so we're going to be able to get a lot of stuff going here, and honestly, having improved tower projectiles seems pretty desirable. Movement range things we got list, yeah. Alright, so what do we do here? This army... 2 strategists and some trash. You know, because I don't think the farmlands give towers, right? Like the woodcutter's camp do. But these are heavy G infantry here. Liu Qi shifts north. Yeah, I'm thinking that too, right? Because we need a heavy-hitting army up here, and everybody over here isn't that much of a much. But how do we get... How do we get Yuan Anyang in the same army as Liu Qi? I'm gonna lose my mind. I feel stupid. Like, I can't see the path to doing it. I don't know. Maybe they'll never be together. Yeah. Because if I had another army slot, it'd be fine. You know, move it around. But like, I feel like, honestly, totally unable to move. Just paralyzed. Because we just drop this now? And go north? I mean, probably. Because, like, if we lose all this again, that would really stink, and I would hate that. But our web of vassals is here, and I don't think we're just going to lose the south. And if we lose our proper lands here, that is disaster mode. So, move up there. We'll re-recruit up here. Land is where you get from... You know, I do have to consider that. It's not where we get our money from anyway. Because, yeah, if we just hold all of this... Because this tea house, this is where we make the money. This place is where we make the money. That guy has a water clock. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. Is it wrong? Leading an army. That's what you love to see. Leading an army. Leading an army. That's awesome. This whole army is my spies. So if we just recall them, well, no, that would, you do that like when you're physically there, yeah. But that's, yeah. So they're really Southland vassals and pretend it is a problem? Yeah, yeah, good. That does sound nice. And we have this Zhang Tao guy who's like probably going to be pretty motivated to go and find a looter somewhere and set up shop, so that'll be nice. But if we go up here, if we can take Tangjian, right, that's going to be a level 9 city. That's going to give us so much prestige. Gongsun Zan pieces out with Yuan Shao. Things are getting sketchy.
锐不可挡。今日此战乃是大义之胜，这是我们应得的。
We will pay for doctors. We don't need to, but you know, we're just so noble. He gets to level 6. Magnificent. Range block chance for his own retinue. That's so solid.
我已准备好作战了。 真喜讯也！
Once the war's on, Coach does benefit. Yeah, true. Oh, and Sauron does come with tiger cubs, which are totally legit, you know. Oh, a turn until they come back. Got it.
一统天下，为天下黎民。
Serve better as a vassal and an ally, for sure. He would serve better by being in my faction. Hey, and we get Imperial favor for doing that, and of course I was like, that's right there, an enemy of the Han. Level 5 on my girl, amazing. We're gonna skip Surge, right? Go across the top because Wisdom of the River is so much more important than Surge's. I mean, Surge is good. And now these guys are pretty far away from everywhere, and they're probably going to, you know, be forced into not advantageous fights. Level 5 reverse battle. Well, you know, we have been putting her on assignment the entire time. Ever since she got into the thing, we made a point to always be getting her experience. So she was level 4, you know, before she ever got put out into the army. Just nothing but assignments will level people, which is nice. Speaking of, the admin. My girl, look at her doing a great job being an admin. You know, sure, her father ended up being not that reliable, but hey, and Liu Tong gets to level 6. Pretty dang good for a guy that we never have used in battle at all. But yeah, but that's what it's about, you know. You get your, because too, it's because Liu Biao, you get this scholar thing, and we had her as a student the whole time. Ever since we picked her up, we moved her into that slot, basically. So she's been getting bonuses from that, and that, plus all the other stuff, you know, in a different faction who didn't have that, you know, she'd probably be level 2 still, but good. Oh, no, not so good. This person is our enemy. No. Yes. I thought it was one of the Zhang crew, but... Well, you know, we can probably beat them. Yeah, these are archer... Yeah, this is a very crummy army. And this is actually quite the solid... So, you know, G infantry... These aren't militia, you know. The heavy G infantry, they aren't militia either. So, you know, we... Oh, and armored archers... there. So yeah, we'll have, you know, we'll be able to stand up and trade. Peace out toward you. Yeah, that guy. Now I remember. The flags looked a little similar, but hey-oh, and then Duosi now. Oh, he's trading with Dongtana. Well, it's like, I guess she's trying to come in here and pop this garrison, which, I mean, she's pretty screwed up, and then he can come in and pop her anyway, but yeah. Dealing with that. Man, some of these are really good. Wow. Commander who scales city walls gives you fire arrows, so that's, like, pretty nice. 20 military supplies when commanding, that's pretty nutty. Yeah, a lot of these are quite nice indeed. Expressive how well he's doing. I'll give as much money. Yeah, well, you know, because Shimoka got popped, and then I guess the other ones are... Well, no, Minghuo is fighting him, but I'm like, I guess the other ones are too afraid to fight him, but... Now we have a ton of food from all of our tons of food plans, and then we're just going to... keep on pumping it. Of course, if these lands over here fall or flag, you know, we won't really be able to get as much out of them, but... At level 7, we can move the Archers of Jing into Onyx Dragons, which will be very good indeed. Okay, so heavy mounted archers actually have a ton of ammo. Oh, it's because mounted crossbows are what we want. Well, some mounted crossbows around Huangzhong. No, we need a whole different army for that. Because he makes them shoot twice as fast. And crossbows with a very high fire rate, that's value. Yeah, they lack the unit count indeed, because there's, what, 40 of them, so... It's not like the Imperial Household Cavalry where you get, like, 80 in it. And Zhu Hao comes in there and pops this Tong person.
国讨贼。
I think we're going to lose favor for this, even though we're under siege, because that's how it works, right? Yeah. If you're under siege, the Emperor just wants you to continue being sieged. That's what he wants. It's okay. We're not that low on the favor. And obviously, the alternative would be what? Just let them take the farmland? No, send them home, tail between their legs. Get out of here.
如此甚善。
And there's definitely not a lot of available vassals around anymore, so it's good that we picked up the ones that we could. According to the Emperor, death by starvation is not death at all. Every day is murder. Exactly, exactly. He's like, look, I already told you how to get rid of people. You gotta wait. Have some dignity.
目标明确。
Oh, so we need to... Need to find the heir. Because, yeah, you can't give your faction leader a title. But here we can give him that title, and that'll give us... Where was it? Maybe he has to unlock it personally? No, here it is. Yeah, generally standard. Bam. And we'll get range damage faction-wide. Good deal. I don't understand. I don't know what any of those things does.
正气如火，熊熊不息。
志略所指，我之所在。
39% out of the muster. You know, just bam. Recruit them. 2 turns. Ready to rock. Love it. Love it. And of course now we've got someone who's in the mix again. Now with this army... we go here and go to ambush, hoping that she'll come in this direction. Because we're sort of okay on this front. This guy's our vassal, and so...
有话快说。
Yeah, so that'll pull in, like, going against him, which, you know, might hurt him, but it will also put them on this very bad positioning And then, because this army wants to go over here probably anyway, and all of these guys will deal. Shengjian is like really trying to get out of his problems, but he's not gonna. Yeah, we'll just rehab them. Horse exchange, we'll need to swap that over. So this way gives us more prestige. We get the anti-corruption this way. Well, you know, the prestige is all we need, right? The prestige is the most important thing. So we're not terrible. Yeah, we're doing good work on it. 46 there, and if we can go in here and take this, then we'll be in good shape. And of course, this army is led by my spies. So if they like walk up, we'll just be like, "Hey, what's up? Go home." Which this is the happiest I've ever been about using spies, you know. It normally I don't do it well, and this isn't like really using them, but it is. That's how his mistake was giving us prior warning. Indeed, you know, never let your enemy know when you intend to strike. Say P China, by the way, to buy off an entire enemy army. Yeah. It's like, well, wouldn't you rather do something else? Nanman rebels. So Dongtana is now losing his little war there in the mountains, but you know that's really my fault because I didn't go and help him with Zhongjin. But Shiqi just declared war on Wuzhou as well, so that's very good. Oh, he made himself a duke. Oh no. The Duchy of Song. I want to be a duke. I want to be a cool duke. We're not too far out. I think probably when these buildings all finish up, it'll give us that prestige boost that we need to hit it. We don't want to. It's already winter, so we're losing a bit, but we don't want to move out there because if we do, then we run the risk of, you know, getting like another -20 supplies, and that'll put us in quite a bad spot. This general commander thing is real good, but if we give him this, I feel like his satisfaction will still be fine, and this will give us that big military supply boost to counteract that, and I think that's good. I feel like it's worth it, and yeah, his satisfaction's totally fine, even with that. So general that pacifies the south, better. Much better there. The military supplies when commanding, when you're in some squirrely stuff, very, very good. Oh, encampment, right. It gives you military supplies. And replenishment in foreign land? Oh.
准备宿营。
In here, I guess we just go up to Zhonglu. I mean, it's going to be several days, but the moving won't matter for our... Yeah, the moving won't matter at all. We're already in shape to get replen. But I mean, like, we're just going to go up here to solidify that border. And hopefully we won't... If I go up here and then Cao Cao hits us here because we moved, I'm going to be very sad. Maybe I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I mean, we can always just turn around next turn. It's not like so much of a bad thing, but... Oh, she's a community leader. She is a... Southern Sentinel. Alright, so this... Ceaseless Torrent... Zhanbei... Shanbei, yep. Ballistic Rain, you know, it's... Plus, they get Mighty Knockback for the retinue. I kinda want to run them. But we don't have enough armies. Next turn, our governance will become extreme! They're Kuitu above Shofeng, or Tuba Shifen your Korea. Tuba's a much harder start. Oh yeah, I bet, because Gongsun's on. How dare you guys be piecing out with Tongji? He's an enemy of the Han! Dongtuna is getting kicked by Menghuo. Jeez. Well, you know, that was bound to happen. Dongtuna wasn't doing well, so... But this army's so beat up that I don't... yeah, she doesn't beat this either now, so... Good. This is our enemy trying to come in from that side. Oh, they took this land. Well, you know, he might be able to take it back from him. Like, why can't we reroll a trade on someone that I care about at all? Just anybody that I recognize. Liu Min, yeah, that's my girl. We gotta get that sorted out. Oh, and then we'll do that, and faction-wide population, good. Did well by ignoring the extended expansion and going to Korea instead. Nice. Okay, so here we go to March, because we need to get further in. So he's a courageous warrior. He's a bandit, but a courageous warrior. He's been at war with us for ages, but we can totally get this. Oh, no, we can't. It's like... Oh, he doesn't even want peace. I thought we had already asked for the vassalization. There we go. Liu Biao. Welcome to the party, buddy. Make Cao Cao upset. What are you gonna do? Hey! Do we want to take it? No, I mean, another vassal's better. He's a courageous warrior. That's reliable. This is all... Alright, so who gets mad? Our allies are mad because the war's over. But they're not, like, so mad that they won't get over it, right? I mean, I feel like just pulling this to have more people to go to war with Cao Cao, which is obviously coming soon, is good. But... Yeah. Yeah. No one we don't need to fight eventually. I'm like, if this mediation of pieces puts us into a war, no, it's just there. There we go, because of course the bigger our umbrella Ella gets, the worse it is for all of them to deal with me. Too bad about the prestige. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, you know, it was a level 8 city, but 27 prestige away from Duke, that's happening when these buildings finish, right? You know. 10 there, you know, 8 here, 8 there. It's gonna come. Oh, right, you can rush buildings. Man. We are at extreme governance. Making enough to pay for basically everything just off of the tribute. And a nice web of vassals it is. And now we just got to try to defend some of the stuff, and then, you know... I think he's too proud. No, he ain't. Alright, well. Good news. After pulling all of our stops out. Oh, we've got tons of people to marry in. Yeah, we'll get Sun Chuan a wife here. She's an artist... We'll get him somebody age-appropriate, candid and truthful. Oh, wow! He does not want to marry her to a Sun. Fair enough. Alright, he just really likes his daughter and doesn't like any of the suitors. Got it.
你我已达成共识。
And after, because that's the thing, I forgot, you got to pull the vassals into the war against a guy, and then you can threaten them properly.
又是你这厮！
If you don't want peace, prepare for war.
备好兵马，受死吧！到此为止了。
Yeah, Cao Cao took this land out here and then peaced out with Liu Biao. Heyo! It's your boy, the enforcer of the law! That's right, another gold weapon for the crew! Okay, it is much too late for me to be sitting in this chair. I gotta get out of here. Probably a spy? Yeah, probably, but... Definitely a spy, but... Sorry about you, buddy. Wonderful. Nothing like a nice sword of justice, right? Alright. Well, that went super well, and I lament that I have to go to work, because I could keep on playing this all day. No, it's good to take a break every 4 hours. Because then you can, like, think about the future, right? You can scheme your petty little schemes. Like, what are we going to do when we're an awesome duke? A sweet little duchy. Duchy of Jing, probably? What do they call it? Probably the Duchy of Jing. But that'll be awesome. We'll sort that out and get ready for the rumble in the plains, right? Because we've got a big crew all around, and really, I mean, things are going awesome for us. I'd be nervous if I was Cao Cao, right? Because, look around, right? He sees us, a formerly humble governor of the Han, rip Yonshu apart, go and delete the Sun family, and then start building a web of vassals that's like 10 now, all around him. Like, what would you do? What would you do if your son was at home, and you wanted him to be an emperor, and all around you were the enemies, you know? What would you do if you were Cao Cao? Well, you'd probably be the boogeyman too. But he made a fatal mistake. He forgot to remember that I could be into his coalition. You know, this war would have went way worse if he would have gotten away with it. I mean, it would have been fine. As you've pointed out, Luke, our money is not made by the cities, so, you know, as long as we can keep the web of vassalage together. That's the thing, too, is now that we're, like, spread out to the sea, who's going to come at them, you know? The borders at the edges of the vassals are far away from the bulk of our economic power, and that's just excellent. And now, you know, getting into the Central Plains there, and maybe Liu Biao will fall into our loving arms eventually. We'll have to see. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. It's time for me to go to work. Anyway, see you, Luke. Always a pleasure. Had a great time this morning. Hope you had a good time too. Thanks for all your advice. As always, you're definitely the reason that we're successful here. Anyway, see you, man.